going on, Vikings fans? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and we got a loaded show for you guys today as the Vikings, number one, got some great injury news around their star running back, Aaron Jones. Then in the second half of today's show, I want to deep dive into the Tennessee Titans Week 11 matchup where the Vikings got a chance to go to 8-2 on the season. But if you guys want the Vikes to beat the Titans, let's get the good vibes going down below in the comment section. Give me a skull down below. I want the comment section to look like US Bank Stadium on game day. And if you guys also want the Vikes to move to 8-2. 8-2 sounds so good. So give me a skull down below. So if you guys remember during the Jaguars game this past weekend, Aaron Jones got drilled in the rib area, and then he was actually having to be carted off the field to go get an x-ray. But Kevin O'Connell in his press conference yesterday said Aaron Jones is all good. He avoided major injury, and he is being considered day to day. But a lot of people are freaking out on why did Aaron Jones have to get carted off for a chest injury. This is actually tweeted out by the Purple Persuasion saying, running back Aaron Jones says the reason he was carted off yesterday was because the x-ray machine was on the whole other side of the stadium. Aaron Jones, also on the Kay Adams show, said he is all good. And this is huge because Aaron Jones is off to a great start to the season. I do have one gripe with Aaron Jones and his usage that I'll talk about here in a second, but explosive runs, 10-plus yard runs. He's got 15. He's already forced 26 missed tackles. PFF grade very good as well, 82.3, and then rushing yards over expected. He is in the positive at plus 27. Then also we know he's one of the best dual threat backs in the league, receiving grade at 81.7. But the one change I want to see to the Vikings rushing attack right now is you got to get Cam Akers the ball more. And it's not even, the argument here is like, oh, Cam Akers is so good, he needs to get more touches, need the ball in his hands more. No, I think Aaron Jones, his workload so far this season, he is set to break his own record of most touches in a year. And this is a guy who's closing in on 30 years old, has played a lot of NFL football, and you traded for a guy before the trade deadline in Cam Akers who has been successful. 19 carries, 84 yards on the season so far from him. I want to see more Akers involved. He can catch screens. He can get it done out of the pass game as well. So this guy right here, this Sunday, I almost want to see a 50-50 split between Jones and Cam Akers. Hopefully Kevin O'Connell gets it done. But also some other positive injury news. Blake Cashman played the whole game against the Jaguars and did not re-aggravate that turf toe injury. That was a big concern of mine because turf toe is something you can re-aggravate very easily. But he played the whole game, and he was fantastic. And, I think having Cashman back this week against the Jags was a big reason why they're so successful. We've talked about the Ivan Pace impact, not having Ivan Pace wear that green dot, and Cashman can, be the elite communicator he is. You just let Pace kind of play with his head cut off a little bit, just that kind of, bull in the China shop type of mentality, and I think that's where he is at his best. But look at this. The numbers, fantastic. Only gave up 143 total yards, 3.3 yards per play, only 10 first downs, and the Vikings over the past 2 weeks have only allowed one red zone trip. Again, it's against Joe Flacco, Mac Jones, but still very successful. And, the Vikings, they played good against the Colts as well. Like, I really think this defense is an undisputed top 5 group in the league, and I think they're only going to get better, especially with Cashman back. Like, you finally have the full healthy 11-man, unit for Brian Flores defensively. So, they look good against the Colts. They look great against the Jaguars, and I think they're going to look great again against the Tennessee Titans this weekend. But I'll toss this question your guys' way. What say you on this? The Vikings have the blank best defense in the NFL. I'll make this the pinned comment on today's show, so hop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts while this ad plays. The Vikings have the blank best defense in the NFL. Let me know your thoughts. All right, Titans preview time. Let's do a little deep dive on what's been going on in Tennessee. So the bookmakers out west have the Vikings as a 6-point favorite, and they also expect a very low-scoring game as the over-under is only set at 39.5. But let's first talk about the Titans offense here. So, obviously not a good unit. Only scoring 17.4 points per game, below average in the NFL. Yards per game, 27th. Pass yards per game, they're 31st in the league. A big reason of that is because of Will Levis just on the struggle bus so far this season. But they do have a decent running attack. And with them getting Tony Pollard this offseason, that's something I am definitely keeping my eyes on this weekend, because the one Achilles heel of this Vikings defense, if you're able to get ahead on the sticks and you can't get them in the 3rd and long and Brian Flores can do his typical mug look, you could be in for some problems. But I do want to make this note about the Titans defense, and we'll show them show the stats here in a second. It is wild. The Titans defense is actually very, very good, but their offense has put them in awful spots throughout the season. And also special teams. Like, the Titans, in my opinion, probably a B grade on their defense, offense, and special teams. Honestly, probably around a D minus. And I know Vikings fans will have their eyes out for this guy this weekend. We all wanted Minnesota to trade for him at the deadline. Jeffrey Simmons, he is one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league. He has been awesome so far this season for the Titans, and he is truly one of those guys you got to keep your eyes on. You got to double team him when you can. You cannot let number 97 game wreck this game. And I can't wait to show you guys this graphic. This is hilarious here. Yes, these stats are all right. There is no typos on the screen right now. But the Titans defense, they are first in yards per game. They are first in pass yards per game, 12th in rush yards, and third in third down conversion percentage. However, they are 29th in the league in points per game. And a big reason of this is because our man Will Levis, he is just tossing, the defense in terrible positions, turnovers at really bad times. And, even though the Titans defense is bottom in the league in scoring, like the fact that the offense has, given other teams' offenses short fields, teams are still able to put up a ton of points. But if you aren't able to force turnovers against Will Levis, that Titans defense is very good. So I don't want Vikings fans heading into this game saying, hey, we're just going to roll over this team. It's going to be an easy 30-plus point performance. I mean, we just saw them struggle against the Jags defense, which is significantly worse than what's going on in Tennessee. But the Titans, they also have a new coach this year, a new play caller. And if, just a quick, synopsis on what he likes to do. They're a pass-first offense. They run 90+% of their plays out of the shotgun, and it's a gap scheme run play design for the Titans. But they're dependent on explosive plays. If you limit the 20-plus yard plays for the Titans, I think this defense is really going to be set up for success this weekend. So I'll ask you guys this. Over-under time. Predict it for me down below in the comments section. I'm going to set it at 9.5 points for the Titans this weekend. You guys let me know your thoughts. Give me an O for over or give me a U for under. Now coming up next, we got my keys to victory and my official score prediction for this pretty big matchup where the Vikings are taking on the Titans. But before we do so, I got to give a massive shout out to my favorite sponsor here at Vikings Now, and that is PrizePicks. If you guys head over to prizepicks.com/CONS and plug in promo code CONS, you guys will get $50 instantly when you sign up today after you play your first $5 lineup. And the best part is you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. So what is PrizePicks? Well, PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. And I got a lineup for tonight's slate of basketball games going on, where I'm going to take Jalen Brunson. This was actually the Taco Tuesday deal, where I'm going to take his more on 20.5 points. Then I'm going to fade Joel Embiid here. Or actually, I'm going to take the more on his 39 points, rebounds, and assists. Then I think Bridges in that Knicks-Sixers game, he's going to get a lot of three-pointers up. Then Curry, Klay Thompson facing each other for the first time, not being on the same team. I'm going to take the more on 7.5 three-pointers made combined. But if you guys want to fade those picks, ride with those picks, I just suggest you guys do so at PrizePicks. So download the app today. Use code CONS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CONS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. But shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's show. Run your game. Sure, a lot of you guys could have called this one as my number one key to victory. No turnovers. And it starts with the quarterback, Sam Darnold, because, I went back last night, watched every single throw from the All-22 film, and, the interceptions were bad. He was off target. The timing was off with him and Justin Jefferson. But, the thing is with Darnold, you can afford to have 3 turnovers against the Colts, 3 turnovers against the Jaguars, but you can't do this versus good teams. And I'm not saying the Titans are a good team, but still, with that defense, a pretty above-average group in the NFL, if you turn the ball over, give Will Levis a short field, pretty much just hand the Titans offense some points, you could be in some trouble. Because, again, this is the NFL. This is a road matchup. If you turn the ball over, it's going to be tough to win a lot of these games. So no turnovers, and I guarantee you, I'll make this take right now. If the Vikings win the turnover battle, I promise you they will beat the Titans this weekend. And, number 2 for me, I'm going to have this every single week as a key to victory until he has over 100 yards in a game this season. Free 3. Free Jordan Addison. Because his stats this year, in my opinion, it's a joke. And it's on Kevin O'Connell. It's on Sam Darnold for not giving this guy the football more. And I thought it was hilarious. In the first half against the Jags, he did not have a single touch. First play of the second half, they get him the ball on a jet sweep. So clearly the coaching staff and Kevin O'Connell, they know if they don't get him the football, we could be seeing some more free 3 posts on Instagram, but less than 300 yards, less than 25 receptions, that just can't happen. So hopefully this weekend is finally the Jordan Addison, breakout game. We know how good Jefferson is. He's getting all the attention defensively. This guy, he'll have one-on-one opportunities all throughout the game. Get him the football, and we'll be set up for success this Sunday. And you really want to be successful, specifically defensively. You got to pressure Will Levis, man. This guy is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league when pressured so far this season. And, the kicker with Will Levis is, he will give you opportunities. You just got to take advantage every once in a while. And actually, we got a little chat stats for you guys. On 43.8% of pressures faced by Will Levis this season has resulted in a sack. That is the highest number in the National Football League. So if you just get hands on him, it's easy to bring him to the ground. He'll also cough that football up, so forced fumbles will definitely be in play. And also more chat stats, Will Levis's average time from snap to sack was 4.6 seconds. That was the longest among Week 10 quarterbacks. He will hold on to the ball. Even if the Vikings only rush 3 or 4, you should be able to get home. I'm looking at number 58, Jonathan Grenard, have a multiple sack performance this weekend, pressure Will Levis, and we should be good. And also I'm looking at Brian Flores here. The one gripe I had with the defense in the first half against the Jags was they didn't pressure Mac Jones at all. They would show the typical 7-8 guys on the line of scrimmage, but they would only bring 3 or 4. I want it from the jump this weekend. You are pressuring Will Levis. Get him on his heels instead of him playing on his toes, and that starts with this man right here, Brian Flores. Dial it up this weekend, and I think the Vikings will be successful. And, it gets me to this fourth one here. I've been, pounding the table for this all season to add a quick pass game. And, I got a pretty interesting stat for you guys. Also, if you want to give me a follow on Twitter, I tweeted it out if you guys want more news around the Minnesota Vikings. But completion percentage by quarter this season for Sam Darnold. First half, above 70%. That's great. But then we see the fall off in the second half, 58.7% in the third, 50% completion percentage in the fourth quarter. Add a quick pass game, especially in the second half. You got Hockenson back. Just get the ball out quick. Just get Darnold more in rhythm because he's came out the gates hot. Like, he has been a very good first half quarterback. But in that second half, when you're off the scripted plays, even though I will say Kevin O'Connell had a very interesting quote. Apparently, he doesn't script plays to start games. He just has his whole call sheet. I thought that was very interesting as well. But Darnold got to be better in the second half. Quick pass game, easy way to do so. And my last one, not really a key to the victory here, but Super Bowl swagger is what I'm going to call it. Because the Vikings the last 2 weeks, you escaped the victory against the Colts. You barely beat the Jags. I think this team, if you want to get some momentum going, you got to beat the hell out of a team. Like, I want this to be a 34-13 game where we're sitting there in the third quarter, second half is starting. Vikings are up 21-6, and we have no doubt that they're going to go win this football game. It will help, with some big-time divisional games coming up. Kick the crap out of a team, get that momentum going, and I think it'll be huge for the rest of the season for the Vikings. But before I give you guys my score prediction, I'll ask you guys. Predict the score for Vikings versus Titans this weekend. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Now, I'm going to go the Vikings win 27-9. I don't think the Titans are going to find the end zone, and I think Kevin O'Connell and Sam Darnold will get this offense back going a little bit. So I got the Vikes winning 27-9. That's my final score prediction for this game this weekend. And also, I'm on Twitter, guys. At Pat Sieps is the Twitter handle. Give me a follow over there, and I'll give you guys a follow right back. But thank you guys so much for watching today's show. As always, Skol Vikes.